And we are live. Hey guys, got my coffee in hand, ready for the late night show, and we are here joined with PJ. How's it going, man?
All good, all good. All on our own again.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had like when I came in, we had like a billion people here. Now I've come in, it's all lonely. I knew I hadn't got my YouTube muted. I was just waiting for it to come up so I could mute it. You're
But
good
I hope
yourself.
you're doing. Yeah, doing good. Just
Cool.
woke up. Like I said, so I put the show later tonight, so I can quickly take a nap before because after this we're gonna end at like 1 o'clock, and then it's on to Z's for his Satanic Warrior onto his show.
Yeah,
So that's the whole reason for doing the late show. And then I decided, you know what? It's going to be better just to maybe take a 2 hour nap or something before
definitely.
the show. Otherwise, I would have streamed, have to go to bed now, wake up when I get. So I just
Yeah.
changed.
It's all this flat Earth stuff, isn't it? I mean, the sun moves around the flat Earth. I mean, different times.
Time
There's
zones.
it's light in different parts of the world. So it's weird how that works, isn't it?
But yeah, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming so late because I know
No.
it's what 9 o'clock there where you guys now.
Yeah, 9:05. Yeah,
So it's still nice and early there for you though.
yeah.
This is my normal time that I start by you guys.
Well,
your time.
it'll only be a couple of months' time. Then it'll just be an hour behind you again. Come spring.
Man, see, some kind of time shifters, you know.
I know. We're not just time travelers, time manipulators. You know, because you can manipulate time, can't you, Flats?
Exactly. But it's good to see you, man. Good to see everybody in the chat as well. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, please hit the likes, share the show. It really, really does help to get it out to a wider audience. Let everybody know that we are live. I'm just gonna say hi to everyone in chat quickly. PJ, what's up, man? Obviously, Vicky, always glad to have you in. Ryan S, thank you for coming. Roger Ledwell, glad to have you in too, man. Always good to see you. No longer on the ball. Hello. Glad you can make it. Moomin Rider, what's up? Hola, amigo. DJ D, what's up, man? You rock. Geo, thank you for coming. Jeff said, great to have you in. Saddle Bomb, hello. And yeah, I think that's everybody I see right now. Okay, so I think this is where we ended the last stream. The debate between Austin Witsit and Globey McGlobeFace, the dishonest guy.
Very dishonest.
He's very dishonest, that guy.
Oh, definitely.
So we'll take it on from there. At least tonight we can have quite a nice long show. I mean, we're gonna 12-1. We've got just over a 2 hour show.
Yeah, it was funny yesterday when Witsit was saying about was it shorter distances being more accurate, being more measurable and accurate, something like that. And he was like, well, what's your point with that? And then when he said it, he was like totally did a 180 on it. Like he could tell that he was wrong. You know, he could tell that he was wrong. He didn't know what to say. He just doubled down on it.
He knew,
Yeah.
but instead of just saying, okay, yeah,
my bad.
So he rather plays dumb and says, I don't understand what you mean. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, yeah, you know. It's crazy. Hey, One Mind. Hey, Aro. Good to see you guys. So, yeah, I think this is going to go great. I would love to chat to Austin sometime again. Definitely. Haven't spoken in a long time. And I think he's doing a good job. So, definitely. Okay, you ready to go on?
Yeah.
Because it's done every day.
No, it's not. You're talking about assumptions.
No, you're assuming that if you increase the distance and assume it's a globe, that somehow proves that it is, but it doesn't. You claim that it's
because I can build my deck and not take into account the Earth's curvature. The Earth is flat.
Well,
that's
what
nonsense.
I'm saying is, if there's 66 feet of curvature in all directions, and you just completely neglect it and are able to build canals and runways and bridges and railways, that would be positive evidence towards flat Earth. To say that there's no measurements of flat Earth is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's say you built a building structure or whatever, and you've built that building structure and it's X amount of length. Even if it was something like a centimeter difference of the wall, if that centimeter difference from the one side to the other, it would put stress onto the walls. I don't know if you guys have seen what happens if
it caused subsidence, wouldn't it?
It would literally separate the walls.
Yeah, and then
you know what I mean.
Cause subsidence.
Structural integrity of the building will be questioned.
Oh, you're right, Ryan. I didn't see you pop in that.
Yeah, how's it going, Ryan? Good to see you, man.
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Glad to have the professor in.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing the show. One Mind, you rock, man. You guys rock. But yeah, there's no straight lines on a sphere, as Gio says.
No.
It's as simple as that. So yeah, even if you ignore the curve, if there was so-called curve, and it's very negligible, it will have real-world implications on structures. We don't see this. So therefore, guess what? It doesn't exist. There is no curve. Not hard to understand. Sorry, you're breaking up hectic, man.
They're doing it wrong.
Oh, they're doing it wrong.
Now, what actually happens
happens
at greater distance is you hijack perspective. You hijack the way that we see, and you claim it's the Earth curving. And even though it almost never matches the actual globe, you claim it all matches it because you go to your little website and move a slider around to make it match. And you act like it's scientific or something.
Okay, so there's no actual measurements of flat Earth. That's all.
You see what I'm saying is dishonest.
Yeah.
Literally, the whole argument is all planar surveying. Engineers use it. Or everything in reality, constructionists use it. It's planar surveying. That's actual physical planar measurements. That means flat. Okay? By definition, has no account for Earth curve. Okay? That's flat measurement. The dishonest twat that this Globey McGlobeFace says, oh, so you got no measurements.
There you go. Jeff says a building is parallel or it has to be demolished. Exactly. It's unsafe then, isn't it? It's not lying on safe foundations. If it's not straight foundations, it's unsafe, obviously. Not level. Therefore, stress being on that, and certain parts of it more than others. So subsidence, collapse.
All I want you to admit, and it seems you've admitted it.
All plane survey measurements ever for all engineering ever.
That's not a measurement.
Plane survey measurements isn't a measurement.
You take a measurement. It's not a measurement of flat Earth. You take a measurement and you assume it's flat.
No, and then it's
even
accurate.
if they're doing that, that's not a measurement of flat Earth.
Then it's
see
accurate.
some data. There's no data about measurements of flat Earth anywhere.
Oh, really? Then how the hell is everything in reality built upon flat structures? That's called a planar measurement. That's called a flat measurement.
Yeah.
Has the guy ever heard of the word leveling before?
Yeah. We know it's round, but treat it as it's flat, like what the pilots say. Do you know what I mean? They know it's a globe, allegedly, but you have to pretend like you're flying on a flat plane, which you are, obviously. Same thing.
But I mean, it's crazy. It's literally measured flat. And I mean, how hard is it to understand? Without leveling, this is actual thing that people do. It's called leveling. That's got to be due to measurements. That's how dumb this guy is. Oh, it's insane.
No, then the measurements are accurate. You go out and assume a globe Earth and make geodetic measurements. To even do geodetic surveying, you have to use spherical trig, bro. What are you talking about? If you assume it, it doesn't count. Oh, so this is actually a wash. In fact, it's worse for you because you're making because you actually have to assume the Earth is flat to build things, and then what your side does is takes all that data of flat Earth, stitches it together, and then says, "I promise it's not flat anymore." That's a fact.
That's exactly that.
So
it's like taking a whole bunch of rulers, lying them. Let's put it this way: I've taken a long ruler, light it flat. And that's measured flat now. We know by fact that's flat. Now taking another ruler, lying it next to each other. Now they're claiming all those rulers lying next to each other curve. That's all they do. They just make the claim that that curves. You can't actually measure that curve. You've measured it flat, but you've linked all those rulers together. Now it's curved.
Yep.
It's really insane.
Makes no
Hey, Jed,
sense.
what's up, man? Good to see you.
I really need to learn how to stop hitting that back button.
Just a fact.
If Earth's a globe and you're going to build a long bridge, so for the towers, for example, right? Wouldn't they just need to be plumb to the Earth at both locations?
Well, yes, in reality, they would be
Reality,
parallel. That's what you're
right.
saying.
Well,
Yeah, they would.
no, you would build them plumb to a location. If Earth's flat, they would be parallel. If Earth's not flat, they would be divergent
Sure.
a small bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just like bridges are. Maybe the guy doesn't. I had this, and I think he's busy still talking about like the Verrazano Bridge. I actually had to explain this in very simple terms to a Globey today as well. The base is 90 degrees. Okay, that means it's flat. They got the structure's base at 90 degrees. The tower on the top is at a slight lean. That's how it works. But the base is still 90 because it's the same as if you're standing up. I can explain it like this. If I'm standing, I'm full up. But now, because I need to make tension, my body's leaning. But my base is still 90 degrees. I'm leaning. Get it? For tension.
Dude, your arms
That's
are well
how
tuned.
tension works.
Your arms are well tuned up. I've just noticed it just then. Your arms are well tuned up.
Yeah, my guns have grown.
You are shaping up a good bit now, definitely.
It's getting there.
Didn't take long, did it? Wow.
It's getting there. It's
No,
definitely.
stop. You're making him blood.
As long as he doesn't fart, he'll be fine.
I'm glad to see so you guys are noticing. Yeah, my shirts are definitely getting tighter for the good way.
Yeah, I
I
definitely
mentioned it
noticed.
yesterday.
But yeah, it's good to see you guys. It's good to see someone's noticing something.
There you go. Moomin said it as well. Yeah, I was going to say Flats is jacked. Yeah, you can definitely notice it. Your side profile. You can tell your chest is out. Your arms are bigger as well. Definitely.
Well, I got a 6-pack. I've got a nice chest.
Cool.
I mean,
Cool.
I'm doing now like 10 pull-ups. When I started, I could hardly get 3 pull-ups. Now I do 10 with perfect form.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean?
Wow. That's good.
I actually got Conspiracy Cats. He's actually challenged me now, which is great. We're actually having quite a cool conversation on my other channel. That we get the first one to do 20 pull-ups with form wins. And if it gets to 6 months that none of us have got it, then we'll see who can just get the most formed pull-ups. I mean, because I can do 13 pull-ups easy, that's not in form, you know what I mean? But if I do it in form, I can get 10 pull-ups easy. Well, that's what I get my max. So I'm gonna definitely train to get the 20. Cool. Hey Nadisi, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while as well. And Vibe, what's up? So yeah, at least it's getting there. It's definitely, I'm enjoying the whole journey getting jacked, because I could say.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm behaving myself. Because it's my son's birthday now coming.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. Careful out. Oh, it's your son's birthday.
Yeah. He's turning 5.
Cool.
So I'm even gonna be nice and tired at his birthday today, guys.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, so my wife's made some cupcakes, getting cake just now. Ordered him a nice cake. So I must say I'm very proud of myself. Usually I'm like, I would have stuffed in like 6 cupcakes by now. And I've been behaving myself. It's just sitting there. I tasted one when I got from work earlier today, and that was it. I haven't touched it again.
Fair play. Now you're doing well. Really good. I need to get started. getting fit again. I look like
Yeah,
I
and I
did in
mean,
my
you've already got the build for it. I mean,
yeah. Well, you've
I
seen
think if
my
you had
photographs.
shown up,
You've seen my photographs from when I was training. Yeah, I've got a decent shape in that, but now I'm obviously a bit older and fat. I've still got the shape, but it's under a layer, good layer of fat. I just need to trim that fat down and tone up a bit, you know.
how's Vibe? I don't think Globey was dishonest at all in this debate.
Oh wow,
Wait,
dude!
what?
You've either got no discernment or you're dishonest yourself.
Or you're making
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, Nadisi says the Humber Bridge was taken. What's the Humber Bridge? UK's Humber Bridge. I want to see if we can
Yeah,
get
it's
that on
up, it's up
screen now.
northeast of England. Yeah.
Humber Bridge, UK. He says it was taken.
I know.
Oh boy. He says it was taken into Earth curve account. Earth curve is taken into account. Oh my.
Sure it was.
It's a
It was.
tension bridge, just exactly like I explained.
Exactly, suspension bridge. You know what I mean? It's about the tension on it. If it's leaning anywhere, it's for tension. Wow.
And
Arch
does
because
he
it's so
know?
long, so that way it doesn't sack.
Yeah, and does he know the end of that bridge is literally sloped up at an angle because you have to go up to get on the bridge? Wow, dude. Okay, but let's see if it gives any information about it. The Humber Bridge near Kingston upon Hill, East Riding of Yorkshire, England, is a 2.22 kilometer. How much curve should you see in 2.22 kilometers, guys? Single span road suspension bridge.
About 10 inches or something.
It's like hardly anything.
Yeah, about 10
You
inches.
wouldn't even be able to see the difference. Literally, you can see the tension on the bridge here. I love this. It said suspension bridge is a type of bridge in which the deck is hung below suspension cables on vertical suspenders. Vertical, guys. Quote, verticals. The first modern example of this type of bridge was built in early 1800s. Simple suspension bridges which lack vertical suspenders have a long history in many mountainous spots. But it's very simple. But yeah. Height. Construction longest span. I don't see anything telling us how much curve it's supposed to be doing there. Also, note there, look how it's under construction.
Yeah.
Sort of like using tension to construct it.
Yeah. Either that or Magneto. Magneto's doing it.
I'm from Magneto and Superman. Help.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Man, the lengths these people will go to try and keep their globe Earth alive. All in their mind. There's no
If it does say
curve.
if it does say on the plaque that they took curvature into consideration, then yes, they're lying because they didn't.
Yeah, like I said, how much curve should you see in 2 kilometers?
Exactly.
Because according to the globe geometry, curve only really starts, your horizon curve only really starts at about 3 miles.
Which is about 8 inches, isn't it?
So it's less than 8 inches that they're supposed to take curve into account. Come on, that's not even measurable. I explained to you how tension works by standing up vertically. Your base is 90 degrees and it has to lean a touch to give tension to the rope. It's like having tug of war and you expect the people not to lean while they're pulling tension on that rope to pull the other team over the line.
Why not say anything the DC says on the plaque? Because they've got an agenda. They've got to push it, isn't they? Blooming heck. It's being pushed all over the place. When you go into a primary school, you've got globes in front of you straight away. It's all there.
Me and my wife were, speaking of agendas, me and my wife were in one of the shops today, and we were looking at through some of the nice Bibles and things. There was like really awesome stuff. And my daughter picks up one as well, saying, "Oh, this looks cool." And my wife picks up, she like something looks odd. She opens it and says, "In the beginning, God created the Big Bang." That's what it's teaching in that Bible for children.
Yeah.
She literally,
Wait, what?
yeah, Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the Big Bang.
Wow.
Talk about propaganda.
Those
You know?
bastards.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
and we do that.
And when
That's
they
what we
do diverge, you say, "Nuh-uh."
No, I'm
No,
saying
they're
that you
not
claim
diverging.
that you claim they diverge,
The base doesn't diverge, Globey. Nobody can help you because you just literally either very, very stupid or very dishonest.
but you don't account for perspective at all.
Perspective.
Or
Has
both.
perspective make things diverge?
Okay.
Two towers of a bridge.
Okay. So now you're diverting away. So you're saying you made
You
residual.
diverted. You brought up perspective, not me.
No. You're looking through optics to make your supposed measurements. How is bringing up how you see diverting away?
So when you make measurements, perspective changes the calculation.
Perspective and refraction are automatically included in what we're seeing.
Perspective changes
Yes.
calculations within things like theodolites. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, theodolites are optical instruments, Globey. He doesn't know this, does he? Theodolites use a scope. They look optically to do their measurements. The further away, the less accurate. Why is that? Because it's optical. Your tolerances are at different levels when something's further away. Remember, shit shrinks, like we said. You have literally converging optical phenomena due to perspective. The further out you go, the more that's noticeable. Just like when you see light poles in the distance, it looks like it's dropping down and converging to the apparent horizon. That's perspective, Globey. That's an optical phenomenon. It's not physically doing that, but you accounting it as curve when it's not curve. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger Ledwell, thank you very much for your $2 super chat, man. Really, really appreciate it. He says, trolls and bridges go hand in hand. Trolls, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Good point.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, wow. Thank you very much for your super chat, man. Really appreciate all the support. You really, really are awesome. Guys, hit that like button. Share the show. Let's get it out to a wider audience.
I'm saying you have to actually account for perspective. That's right. And the atmosphere. And this was so funny. Did you understand the part of my presentation where if you take the angular resolution limit of the eye and you reverse engineer it, you get the exact radius value of the globe?
I saw you say that, and I'd love for you to run through that math for me.
Okay.
With a
And then you're going to
guarantee.
concede. And then you're going to concede
I'm going to concede. Yeah, I'm going to. What am I going to concede?
that if you
Let's
take
run
the
through it.
actual, if you take the angular resolution limit of the eye, right, that you can get the radius value of the Earth to the exact decimal place.
Sure. Well, I want to see what you're talking about because it does.
That is also where I say it's dishonest. Witsit showed it in his presentation. Shout out to Life is Short. Life is Short gave the actual math for this. He gave great presentations, gave actual demonstrations, explained it very well, and gave the math for it. But people like McGlobeFace ignore that. They say, nuh-uh, you don't show this. And I mean, what's it even going to explain it now how they get the radius value? Because it's just coincidence that it matches like to the decimal. Odd how that works, don't you think?
Doesn't even make sense.
Okay, but whenever I show you, you're going to say it's just a coincidence?
Well, you're
I'm
welcome
pulling
to,
it up.
I don't know what
we're
you're gonna
welcome to
say.
do screen
Let's see.
shares. We haven't done too many tonight, and I've gotten used to doing an obscene amount lately. So if you want to do some screen shares and have your references available, that's cool. I've managed to make it so we can see our speakers on screen, so that's really cool. Speaking of our speakers, I will let everybody know that if you're watching this on podcast, our speakers are going to be linked in the description and on our YouTube description. So check them out there if you enjoy what you're hearing from Globey or Witsit. And Witsit's got his share ready there.
There we go, on screen.
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features.
Oh, you're a web designer? Then you don't need to use Wix.
Smack round.
Think about it. If you're a web designer, you've already got your programs. You've already got everything. You do not really need Wix, do you?
No, if you want to be a web designer, maybe.
That's the thing. That's it. Like, oh, you're aspiring to be a web designer, but you don't really know how yet. Use Wix. I would agree that's for them, but for actual established web designers, no, not really.
That's not a sponsor either, guys.
No.
That like button, everybody. Go ahead, Austin.
All right. I'm on the wrong screen, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
hit the
click. Let me
like.
come over here. All right. The angular resolution limit of the human eye is about 1 arc minute, or approximately between 0.02 and 0.03 degrees. Optical information loss occurs when the angular size of an object is smaller than the angular resolution. This angle at 0.02170062 degrees and an assumed light wavelength of 666 nanometers, you can derive the radius of the Earth. If you look here, the horizon gain for a 6-foot observer across that amount of degrees was inverted as height information loss across the same angle. And the two angles were used to construct a sphere or globe with a tilt angle of 0.0434124 degrees, which is just the first amount doubled, right? So then what you would get, this angle represents the 6-foot drop from a 6-foot observer across the average horizon distance of 2.9 miles. The depiction here is the easiest way to understand it. Either A, we're losing information in the distance because the angle of view in relation to the tangent is actually falling below the resolution limit, so you lose resolvable information, or it's doing that at the same exact distance because the Earth is a ball. So what a coincidence that the angular resolution limit of the eye that tells us that we'll lose resolvable information, right, can be used. That same ratio will give you, if converted to assumed spherical physical obstruction, will give you 3,958.8 miles.
I'm sorry.
So-
Did you have something in here that showed us what the calculation of the radius from the angular resolution is?
Yeah, sure. Here you go, right here.
Actually, what he just showed was that, but yeah. Then go into more detail from McGlobeFace.
So if you look at we just covered the angles, right? You got the angular resolution limit of the eye, right? Okay. So if you look at the formula here, you have quote unquote the way that you would get the radius of the Earth. You assume that the information.
I don't know why it's cut off there. That's just odd. Ryan's more worried about getting them in frame, their faces, than worrying about what he's presenting on screen.
Information loss is actually because of a physical obstruction as opposed to resolution. So you would just make that assumption. You would say, for example, you'd go out onto the ocean and say, look, the boats disappear at 3 miles for a 6-foot observer. A, it's because the boat's getting down below the eye's resolvability, or B, because the Earth's a ball and it disappears around 3 miles. Okay. If you assume it's the latter, and it's because the Earth is going behind the curve of the Earth, then you would take the radius of the Earth and you can take distance divided by the tangent times twice the angle, the theta, the viewing angle, right? And so when you do that, then you now get 2 theta.
Look how confused it is. Yeah, you see, that's a face of a guy that doesn't know what he's seeing on screen.
Yeah.
But he's overconfident.
He's thinking, what am I going to say about this one? What am I going to say about this one? Oh,
So
just
he's trying. Yeah. So he's trying to seem, no, I know what's going on here. But in the meantime, all I see on screen is French. Yeah. That's a face of really confused. This guy is really, he doesn't understand what's literally on screen. And it's explained in very, very simple form. In other words, let's put it this way for all the Globies that don't understand this. It is literally derived from optical observations. Your globe has physically hijacked optical observations. Get it? There's your math.
Theta, which is 0.0217062 times 2. So you get 0.43412. The distance equals the distance to the horizon, which is 2.999547. These are the values that come from the eye, the human eye. And then when Wait up. It's so wild to me. I think it's wild. So when you actually take those values and you plug it into that formula, which is right here, again, radius of the Earth equals distance divided by tangent times twice
How do we
theta.
get that
Check what it
formula?
makes.
What? Right here?
No, I didn't ask where it came from. How did you get it?
We just covered how we got it. We just covered how
No,
we
we
got it.
didn't.
Wow.
The angular resolution limit.
Wow.
Literally, the angular resolution limit is where he got it from. He just said it. Tell me again how McGlobeFace is not dishonest. Please, anybody.
Too much vodka and dishonest. That's it.
Wow.
We did though. So,
No, we
so
didn't.
the actual
Yes, he
the
did.
angular resolution limit of the eye, right?
No, I didn't ask you what the angular resolution is of the eye. How was that formula derived?
The angular resolution of the eye. He's answering you. One thing I have to give up for Witsit. He was really, really taking this guy's dishonesty and really kind of just playing it, mellow. Like, yeah, okay, let me try and explain it to you again, I would have got very frustrated and said, dude, stop being dishonest. I literally said it 3 times to you now. You know what I mean? And then I would have actually said to Ryan, moderator, can you tell the other guy to stop repeating himself after I've literally answered him 3 times and he still says, nah.
Because what that shows you is that the information, meaning the visible light, the information is going to start to fall below resolvability at a certain distance based on a certain height. That's what the angle does, because theta, the viewing angle relative to the information, the distance of the eye, shows you when the information is going to fall below the resolution angle. It's actually based on propagation and reception angles of what you're viewing with billions of points of light or whatever. Nevertheless, if you assume, okay, well, actually the curve of the Earth is blocking something, so it's a physical obstruction that causes the loss of information, you can take that same relationship, flip it around, and coincidentally, if you do that, then you will actually get a radius value of 3,958.8078674,061 miles. Now go Google the exact radius of the Earth, and what's going to tell you is 3,958.8. So now this could just be a coincidence, but let's use our brain.
Maybe it's a
Let's use our-
coincidence. Maybe.
I knew you. Okay, it's a coincidence. Coincidence theory.
Why is Ryan talking over him? Did you see
Yeah,
Ryan just literally overspoke him while he's giving his closing statement there?
Yeah. Not you, Ryan S. in chat. The moderator, Ryan.
Yeah, moderator Ryan from Modern Day Debates.
Yeah.
Roger Ledwell, thank you again for another $2 super chat, man. Really, really appreciate all the support. You really rock. He says, Billy Goat Guff, it's a book on troll. What? Billy Goat Gruff. I've never heard of it.
Billy Goat Gruff, yeah, it's like a kid's story you get over here. I can't remember the full story, but yeah, it's about goats getting over a bridge or something like that, and they get something like that. Can't remember, and they get
Book
chased
on
by a
troll and bridges.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much for the super chat, man. Trolls and bridges. Okay, I appreciate the super chat, man. I don't know anything about the book. Maybe I should look it up. But really appreciate the support, man.
But let's use our brain for a second. Now, people back in the day, they didn't have very good optics, right? So they went out there. I'm gonna stop sharing. They went out into, say, look at the boat or whatever, right? And then it disappeared. They're like, man, why does the boat keep disappearing? If they were trying to think about if the Earth was a sphere, they'd be like, the boat's going behind the curve of the Earth, reasonably, right? So they'd be like, well, it pretty consistently disappears around this distance. If you assume it's going behind the curve of the Earth, then you would get that value, because if it was your eyes, right, it would continuously fall below resolvability at that distance, right? And so you'd be like, oh, but you would think that's because of the curve of the Earth. Now, what has happened since then is we pulled out binoculars and telescopes and cameras, and you can bring the boat back. Objectively, I've done it hundreds of times.
You haven't done that ever.
Objective, I've done it hundreds of times. He says you've never done that.
Wow.
Literally telling what he's done and not done.
It's crazy.
Wow. Globey McGlobeFace. anybody, I mean, anybody that owns a phone with a camera that's been to the beach and just taken it and looked out at the horizon has done that. Even if you haven't realized you've done that, you've done that.
Yeah.
Exactly, Jamatra. It's just nuh-uh. If you look out with your eyes at the ocean and you don't see a ship, for instance, and now you pull out your phone even, and you're able to zoom in and see, oh, there's a boat on the horizon. I couldn't see it with my eyes. Oh, guess what? Literally just showed you talking bullshit, Globey. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Really idiotic.
I absolutely have done that. If you go out, and everyone can do this at home.
You've brought it back in past the optical.
Yes.
Yes. With
yes.
my
Just
of
one
my
second there,
eye.
Austin. Just because you've had the floor for a little bit here, we'll let just a second for Globey to respond here to some of what you shared there in your screen share.
Also, Ryan,
It's,
why
it's
are you
always
stopping Witsit from talking?
yeah. It's always the same.
Witsit's making a point.
Yeah, exactly. Let him get his point out and then stop him and say, you know what I mean? Globey McGlobeFace can have a go now. You know what I mean? It's always when it's halfway through a point or something. It's not like he's took over. He's explaining something.
I'm coming out, so I just want to get a tissue. Go on.
Yeah, go for it. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's just another way of obfuscating because he doesn't know what he's doing. Especially now he's steaming on vodka. I mean, not good for the senses, the old vodka.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Ryan, it's like, dude, you're not really moderating really well. I mean, when he does actually moderate, he moderates at the wrong time and stops the wrong person from talking.
Yeah.
You can see the frustration on Witsit's face because this isn't the first time he's done this. He's interrupting Witsit while he's giving his statement.
He's literally biting his lip, literally.
And let's carry
fair
on.
enough.
So the angular resolution of your eye or the optics that you have with your camera, the object could disappear before it's over the horizon. It's just too small to see. That's literally what zoom is, right?
That's literally you validating his argument. The thing you just said he didn't do.
Right? It increases everything. So you can see it.
Yeah.
All flat earthers have ever done is zoom back in a boat past that limit of the optics of the camera and go, look, we're bringing it back in over the horizon. What you've never done is start with a boat or a ship that's half hidden or however much hidden by supposed curvature that we're saying is curvature and bring that back in. You've never done it. You've never done it with the sun either.
Oh, I've literally done it December now while I was at the beach.
Yeah.
I was on my balcony at the holiday resort looking out, and the horizon was further away than the boat, and the boat had bottom obstruction. This guy's a moron.
That's what you're claiming. Don't divert to the sun. So what we
Same
have,
subject.
you have to follow the actual argument you're trying to divert with your talking point. But when you go out and you see the boat disappear, this is just a fact, okay? If you go out and you look with your naked eyes, it'll look like the boat disappeared behind the water. And if you pull out a camera, you will see that boat again, okay? So that means when Aristotle supposedly in 350 BC said
He wants us to show it. How many times have I shown it on my channel as well? I think one of my first videos ever, where the guy zooms in. You don't see any boat, and as soon as he zooms in, you see the boat. Zooms out again, that boat is gone. Zooms back in, there's the boat again. And how it's getting resolved is bottom up. This guy's...
He looked at a boat and it went behind the curve of the earth, and he didn't even have a telescope. He had no idea what he was talking about. If he had pulled a camera, I would have saw the boat again. Now, coincidentally, the very distance that it would fall below the resolvability of an average height of a man, 6-foot observer, that's where the radius value comes from. Do you think it's just a coincidence?
No, see, this is what I think. So what he would have seen if the boat was just too far away to see is a boat getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it disappeared because you can't resolve it anymore. Not a boat disappearing bottom up as it gets further away.
We literally show on flat surfaces things going bottom up. On flat surfaces, Globey, and guess what? It still gets smaller in angular size. Show us a boat going on in distance that doesn't get smaller in angular size, please. Does this guy think there's no angular size change on a boat just because you use a... Sorry?
If a boat was moving away from you and it wasn't changing angular size, then it must be expanding while it's moving away from you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of course it's got to change angular size. It's just ridiculous what they say.
Moon Rider says, no one has smashed the likes since I was number 4. Guys, please hit the likes. I mean, there's over 50 people here right now. Please hit the likes, share the show. It really, really does help. I mean, and if you're not hitting the likes, why not? What's the issue?
Yeah, there's 22 likes and 49 people here, so smash them.
Tony Whitcomb, I smashed the like. Took it too literally, and TV is broken now.
Damn you, Queen Bee.
That's a good one.
Now, what I asked you before is where that formula came from, and you couldn't answer that question.
He just did. Angular resolution of the eye. That's the answer, Globey. So again, he's literally lying to everybody. Globey, you are a dishonest twat.
Where does what come from?
That formula.
I just told you where the formula comes from.
Rayleigh
It's based on the
criteria.
observer.
You described what you think the formula means. I asked you where the formula
Rayleigh's
comes from.
criteria.
There we go.
Rayleigh's criteria. So show us.
I
He
just
just did. So show us. He literally just did. Barros Klikes, thank you, man. You rock.
did. So look, if we just covered that because I want to get into how you're wrong about.
Let's not
other
cover
stuff.
it again, I guess.
I just showed the whole audience. It's simple. It's like the angular resolution limit of the eye, Rayleigh's criteria. So you take the observer's height, and that's going to give you a viewing angle for whatever you're seeing in the distance, and you're able to determine when you're going to have information loss. Coincidentally, what the human eye is, right? The naked eye observer is going to see, coincidentally, right where the globe predicts it'll start blocking things in the distance.
You keep saying
Your
that,
answer
but that's
should
not
be
what I'm asking.
Your answer needs to be that.
You asked, literally, I'm going to say this verbatim. Show us where you get that equation. Where you get that formulation from. The Rayleigh criterion. The limitation of the eye, the angular resolution limit of the eye. Witsit is literally answering what you asked. Now you're saying that's not what you asked.
That's just a coincidence. And then,
I
okay,
didn't say it's a coincidence. I said
you did say it was a
I
coincidence.
think you believe something you read without actually vetting it. And I think
Rayleigh's
that's wrong.
criteria.
I believe you read something without actually reading it. What? Is that what he said? Oh, wow. Wow. Tony Whitcomb, thank you very much for £20 super chat. That's insane. Thank you very much, man. He says, for the laugh, read out flat.
Flat. It's
Flat.
flat.
It's flat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Is there a specific comment you want me to read out, mate? But just for the laugh? Okay. Oh, it was probably that other one that he... there we go. I think it's this one.
Oh, the one at the top.
I smashed
yeah.
the like. Took it too literally, and TV is broken out. Damn you, Queen Bee. Tony Whitcomb, you rock, man. Thank you very, very much for your support, mate. I really, really do appreciate you. You are awesome. Oh, wow. Thank you very much, man. Okay, let's carry on.
The angular
Not
resolution
Rayleigh's
limit.
criteria.
It is
Are
really
you denying the angular resolution limit of the
He
eye?
applied it to the formula for the radius of Earth. Okay,
I-
with a lot of assumptions, and you just believed it.
Oh, you're not following, man. So what I'm saying is, if
I
you
am
if you went into that,
Okay. I'm gonna try and see if I can explain this as good as possible as I can. when you had people looking out in the distance in history, when they assumed it to be a sphere of a particular radius, I think it was Aristotle or who else looked at the distance with his little telescope?
Galileo.
Galileo. How good was the resolution of that device?
Oh, I wouldn't have seen it been brilliant.
Really bad. Okay. I think I can use a bottle today, just a glass bottle, give better resolution than that little telescope he had. But anyway, like Aristotle, he didn't have telescopes. That's how they got their radius for the boats going over the curve, Globey. They saw with their eyes that about 3 miles out, if at observer height of 6 feet, that the boats will start going over, quote unquote, the curve. Literally using their eyes. I don't know if that sinks in yet. The assumption was, my eyes aren't lying. No, I don't even know what resolution limit is because it didn't exist yet. No one really knew what the resolution limit was. No one could explain it yet. So literally based on, how can I put this? Incredulity, the Globeys of that era claimed optical observations of physical. That's it. Tony, that's £1,020 out of my pocket now. 1,000 for the TV and £20 for super chat. Damn, that's one expensive TV, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope it was worth it, Tony. But thank you very, very much. You rock, man. Oh, man.
That situation, and you assumed that the Earth was blocking things in the distance because it is a globe, right? If you made that assumption, you could then take that same distance and viewing angle, right? And assuming an R value, you would get the exact same R value the globe claims. So it has to say it's just a coincidence that like a 6-foot observer, you have a horizon at 3 miles on a globe. That's coincidentally exactly where you would start to lose resolvable information based on the naked eye on a flat Earth. And this would happen on a flat Earth or a globe Earth, right? We all have eyes. We all have.
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer.
Don't need animated explainer, thank you.
Human eyes. So now it would require, okay, and that means when you bring out different optics with more zoom, you'll be able to see further. And of course, that's what happens in reality.
Let's see some examples of that. Some examples of that happening.
Of us pulling out optics and seeing far further than the naked eye.
Bringing a ship back from over the horizon. So
Okay,
simple. Such a simple claim everybody makes. I'd love to see one.
Okay. Should I bring out one for him? Let's do that. Let's go to even my channel. Oh man, I don't understand how we can. I did wish though that Austin did bring out a video just to show him. You know what I mean? Because how many times I can literally go to the beginning of my channel. And I mean, there's so many different observations, demonstrations of this. And we carry on. And we carry on. There we go.
Hey, Spud. How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Run away. Call me up, want my love, cause you miss me. Say you're sorry, you can't to kiss me. Then you
What's that? What's that?
I know that I'm
Let's get to where he zooms in again.
This hold on me, baby.
Right. I should actually get to where. Okay, let's get out. Yeah, look as he zooms out. Yeah. You can see it?
Guess you don't
No,
really know
very
how to
small.
swim. So you, baby, run, run, baby, run, run. Baby, run, run, run away.
As he zooms out, check there.
So close, gotta know
Uh-oh.
what you're hiding.
Where's the
In
boat?
your eyes, there's a monster.
Where's the boat, guys?
It's over the car.
And notice this was now with a camera. Okay. What you're seeing now is even more than what you would see with your eye at this moment. So they would say, look, there's no boat. I can't see it. It's gone over the curve. And then you bring out your camera and zoom it in. And then you do see the boat. You see, you can't see anything. It's reached the resolution limit, McGlobeFace. Now zoom in. Oh, let's see. Looking for the boat because he zoomed in. Oh no, you can see it.
Whoa.
And guess what, guys?
Bend the eyesight.
Foreshortening is the bottom of the boat now looking like it's underwater?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Because I don't know, is that boat going out with waves in front of it?
Yep.
Because of the angle? Look at this. Look how it's going up and down. Oh no. Full boat. Off boat. Full boat. Off boat.
And some of the boat actually does go. And some of the boat actually does go under the water. You know what I mean?
No, because the boat physically is in water.
Exactly.
And anybody that's ever been to the sea or even been on a boat knows that there's such things as sea swells, there's waves, and there's dips and crevices in the ocean. You literally go like this in the ocean on a boat all the time, unless it's very calm. And by that time, it's far away from land. Tony Whitcomb, thank you very much for another $10 super chat. I spent £10 special. You're busy taking all your TV money away, man. How are you going to pay the installer now? He says, bring made redundant in 3 weeks' time. Got a new job already. No interview or CV. More money. I'm in good spirits today and still flat as. Wow, that's great. If you got a job and stuff, man. Really, really, really great stuff. It's always good to see. It's always good to see you getting blessed, man. You see what happens when you bless other people?
That's it. God blesses you, man. God
Amen. So thank you very much, Tony. Really appreciate all the support you do give on this channel, man. You are awesome.
Yeah, so I can't show you a video of my naked eyes. Obviously, everyone knows that if you go out, it'll look like the. I mean, I went and tested this claim. You should do that.
Oh, so you're saying just with your eyes, not with cameras.
Right. So we all agree that at one point, based on the conditions of that day, the boat's going to get to where you can't bring it back anymore.
But you said optics brings it back. You said modern optics bring it back.
Yeah, like I just showed you on screen.
Wow.
And if I had let's put it this way, you can do this as something like else. You can take your eyes, look out. You saw the boat go quote unquote over a curve. Then you can go out and get a camera, like your phone camera, which is just this bit better resolution, and you are able to see the boat and let it go out of there. Now you can go and get a actual camera that's got even better capabilities and zoom it even in again. And after that, get a better camera with even better zoom capabilities. And after that, you can get a telescope with better capabilities. You see, the limitation is literally based on what you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
And notice that every time I'm upgrading my equipment to see further, that angle is getting narrower and narrower and narrower the further away it goes. So the more compressed that angle gets, the more foreshortening is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you get to a limit that you can see visually due to resolution limit, you have foreshortening at play.
Yeah. I can't remember if you ever showed that video. I can't. The guy he takes he sets up his camera and he's got like a super duper lens and he goes 11 miles away and he records himself 11 miles away and you see everything. You see all of them. He's basically in the whole shot from foot to top, 11 miles away, but he's really blurry. But you can see the whole lot of him from foot to top, from head to foot. I can't remember what it's called. I mean, I'll have to look for that video again, but I'm sure we've showed it before, or I might have seen it elsewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, but
about 11 miles anyway.
I think we have shown it.
Yeah, he's very, very blurry. I think you see the full lot of him. I think you see like full head to bottom, head to foot. Maybe you don't. Maybe his feet are a bit squished up. It's almost like he's waiting, like a mirage, where you kind of with the heat waves that you get. It's almost that kind of image.
Yeah, almost. But it's amazing how we're able to demonstrate what we say happens, because we can literally show what happens in reality. But when we ask Globers, please do the same for your globe leaf. Oh no, scale. Everything's too big. Do you know how big the Earth is? Oh, I can't demonstrate gravity because Earth has the most biggest gravity. Really?
That's what
I'm talking about. I said that optics is going to bring it back past the angular resolution limit of the eye, right? And on certain days, you're going to see the boat from way further away. And you guys will claim that it's refracted up.
Oh, and also to note, the video I just showed on my channel, that was way past 3 miles, by the way. It's a black swan, actually.
Well, so why has a camera never brought a ship back from over the horizon?
Because it's into the vanishing point, bro. You lose resolvable. You can you can lose resolvable information. So when the camera's zoomed out and then you zoom in, you do see the boat again, right? But once you zoom all the way into the maximum zoom of the camera and then the boat disappears, obviously you can't bring it back again. And this is also going to be based on It's going to be based on attenuation. And the globe model claims they don't even account for attenuation and refraction, which is insane. Absolutely insane.
Austin,
are you following me?
You need to reel it in. You need to reel it in. Your claim is you can use optics to bring a ship back from over the horizon. Why has that never been done? Simple answer. That's all I'm looking for.
I said it has been.
Yes, Rise Above. I literally just showed the video on my stream like a few minutes ago, showing it looking bottom up obstruction. Literally.
Yeah. And Lutz reckons for a wave to obstruct a boat, you would have to be lying down on the ground, or it was a tsunami. You don't have to be lying down on the ground for a wave to obstruct a boat. Wow. There's such a thing as angular size.
Been done unless it's already.
So then prove it.
Unless it's already beyond the actual vanishing point at the time.
I didn't say anything about beyond vanishing points. Okay.
That's exactly what the angular resolution is, beyond vanishing point, Globey. That's what he's been saying.
Tanker ship where half the ship's missing. Why has that never been zoomed back in and brought back into view?
Foreshortening.
Are you saying coincidentally everything that's over the horizon is past the convergence point of?
That's what the horizon is.
Saying? Okay.
No, that's what the horizon is.
Come on, man. Your claim is that you can bring them back into view with zooming them in.
I'm not going to repeat my claim. The audience heard me say that with the human eye, it'll look like it disappears. You can pull out cameras. So if I pull out binoculars, check this out. Say I use my human eyes and then the boat disappears. Then I pull out binoculars and I can see the boat again. Then the boat disappears. If I pull out a camera, I can see it again. So as I increase optics, I can see further. Eventually, you can't see any further.
At what point in those scenarios was the object ever half hidden?
Oh, Globey, I wish I was there to show you the video. Because I can show you tons of videos doing exactly the same thing. And then I would explain to you in a very loving and how can I put it, stern way, how much of a moron you are. The key word here is literally foreshortening. Okay, I've showed this many times, guys. My hand is small next to my face, okay? When I move it closer, it's not physically changing size, but it's blocking me. Get it? That would be a small wave closer. Let's do it this way. Let's make my arm. My arm is going to represent the wave. See how it's blocking my mouth? Can you see my mouth, guys?
There you go, Luke. No. There you go, Luke.
For short.
Simple as that. No, it's not hard.
My arm is not bigger than my face.
No.
Okay,
It
proof?
doesn't have to be a big wave.
So yeah,
and
that's
Luke reckons that bottom-up obstruction can't be explained because it goes it obstructs from the bottom first. Exactly. It's just ridiculous, Luke. It's been explained a million times. You keep repeating the same things every time you come on.
Exactly. Thank you, Vibe, for your €5. Really appreciate it, man. He says, there's not a video of a ship being half obstructed then brought back as zoom, which I literally just showed you on screen.
Dude.
Literally. You were watching the stream, weren't you? So you're doing exactly what Globey did, being dishonest. Now, I wonder why he says Globey's never been dishonest. Are you his alter ego? Really odd stuff, but thank you for the support anyway, man. Appreciate it. We should probably have another stream again actually explaining how this works for people.
Yeah.
I think let's do that. We have a stream.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm saying you have done it before. You've done a few streams on this before, haven't you?
But I think this time we go again with more detail again.
Yeah.
And we go through Life is Short's mathematics and all his presentations and things as well. Show more demonstrations on flat surfaces, how this happens. And show more videos and real observations of this happening. And hey, we can even have an art class in there if you want for foreshortening and perspective. How's that?
Because I agree with you. You can wait till a boat gets so far away that you just can't see it anymore.
Yeah.
It's a small boat. And it just disappears. You just can't resolve it anymore. And you could zoom it back in. I agree. But it's never been done with a ship half over the horizon being zoomed back in. Ever.
This isn't true either, though, because now with the okay, so this is the problem. You would actually have to be able to like record your human eyes, or maybe like record binoculars. That would be a good idea, or just different optics of cameras. That's how you would have to do it.
Okay, Witsit, yeah, he actually caught you out, man. Remember, Witsit argument was the curve is based on hijacking perspective, okay? Based on hijacking the angular resolution. Remember, his point was when they came up with the radius based on this, it was people using their eyes, like Aristotle. He used his eyes, and it looked like it was going over the curve, okay? What Globey is doing now is he's moving the goalpost. He's saying, yeah, but you see, if it's further like a ship, you can't see the bottom of the boat anymore. No shit, Sherlock. Foreshortening is a thing, just like I explained. You use your eye, you see it go out of field of view. Now you get your camera out on your phone. Now you're able to review it again till it gets out of view again. Then you can get a proper camera with a proper zoom, and you can see it again until it goes on. Eventually, you can get to your maximized zoom capabilities, and the angle is getting limited the further away it gets up. Notice that every time I brought it back from the 3-mile radius value, by that time it's way past the radius value. Get it, Globey? Foreshortening is a thing, mate.
But more importantly, and you can zoom it in. This is the thing, right? There's a few things with things disappearing bottom up over the water. For one, obviously everyone understands the concept of like, if I hold my thumb up right in front of my face, I can block a building, right? Just because of the relative angles. So like if there's any waves in the water, even a small wave close to you in the foreground can block out entire 20-story buildings, right? Now, I'm not saying that's the only thing that does it. I'm just saying that's obviously relevant in over the water things. You guys never even discussed that. You can just block out a building with your thumb and prove it's a very simple concept. And then we also have the reception and propagation angle coming from that object is the smallest in relation to like the eye level at the bottom of the object. So if you account for Rayleigh's criteria, the theta, the viewing angle, is smallest at the bottom of the object. So it falls below the resolution angle first, or the resolution limit. and then you have attenuation being the greatest at the bottom of the atmosphere. So
I
you
share
would
my
have
screen
to
real
see
quick?
things disappear from the bottom up on a flat Earth.
I just had to put this up on screen. Exactly, Dan.
Yeah, I was just reading that. That's good.
Exactly.
That's good. I agree with that. I agree with that.
And I mean, that's something I think a lot of, even I'd like to do, is read body language. And
Yeah.
people know that. I like trying to read body language of people because you can clearly see when someone's honest or not.
And it's not just one thing here and there. He's got clusters of it. He's got clusters of doing the same thing. So yeah,
Definitely.
it shows when body language like that is showing through. Definitely, you can tell.
Yeah, and yeah, Norman Cross also. I agree. Witsit doing a great job. He's definitely speaking slower and he's clearer. He is really upped his game. So shout out to Witsit. You're doing a great job, man. Keep it up. What's going on now?
Oh, morning, fella.
What happened?
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say we're looking at your screen. I had a feeling. I was like, did we lose audio for a second there? We all just went silent.
Oh, sorry. I said, can I share my screen? But
No,
no, you didn't hear me.
Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, of course. Your screen is sharing now. So sorry. You're good to go.
This is what, like a 300-foot wind turbine, and you're going to claim a wave is blocking half of it,
Yeah.
I said many things.
or the optical. Yeah, you did say many things. None of them apply.
Really, can you still man what I said?
I stopped listening because I was starving from all the.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say the word salad thing.
Yeah, you didn't stop listening. You just ignored it. There's a difference between stop listening and ignoring it because you're just dishonest. But yeah, in short, what's happening there, Globey, is literally what we've been saying this whole time. You see this little white crescents on the waves. How big are those waves? Let's just, for simple sake, assume this wave here is the same actual size as the wave down there. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that angular size of that wave look the same as this one? No.
No.
It looks very small compared to this one. But how far is the distance between them? Notice the angle due to perspective is rising, correct? The horizon is rising relative to eye level. So this looks lower than that part, correct? Everything below eye line rises relative to eye level. Everything above eye line lowers relative to eye level. Are these wind turbines above eye line? Yes, they are. Is the water below eye line? Yes, it is. Then you have a lot of different things at play here. You got some refraction, obviously, lensing effects, foreshortening, limiting angles, angular resolution limits. The list goes on. Literally explained optically and can be demonstrated optically. Did I make that clear enough? Hey, Sovereign, good to see you, man. Glad to have you. By the way, Sovereign Soul had an awesome stream this morning because I was busy exercising. I saw Sov was live, and he had some Timothy Glober hop on. I couldn't help myself but hop on as well.
No doubt. I bet it was fun.
Wow. The denial that guy went through was hectic. But shout out to Sov, man. Really had an awesome show.
Excellent.
See, that's what I'm saying. You guys can never actually still man the arguments. It's pretty ridiculous. But the ground, the water is going to appear to ramp up in the distance.
Sure.
Right? You obviously have things in the foreground that are going to appear to block out things taller than that in the distance. You have attenuation rate being the greatest at the bottom, and you have the viewing angle of the actual points.
The only criticism I'd give you to Witsit is he doesn't use the word foreshortening. I think you should use the word so they can have more of a clear understanding what it is, because when they want to go in their free time and actually type in the word foreshortening in the Google, because they love doing that. Let me quickly Google something, because Google is their authority, and then they will see when they Google foreshortening, it's going to show perspective and art instructors taking person's hand and saying, you see, this hand looks bigger because it's closer to the screen. closer to the camera. Wow, another new member. Thank you very much, Jamato Onebet, for your membership. Really appreciate it, mate. You just actually reminded me that I have some memberships I can give away. Thank you very, very much for your membership, mate. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see if I can give some, because you guys rock. Really appreciate all of you.
You get a certain amount free a month now, do you?
I can give 10 a month.
Oh, that's good. That's
Give
good.
5 now, and then we can give 5 next
Yeah.
time. Thank you very much. Appreciate everybody. You guys are awesome. There we go.
Oh, Phil Bell, he always gets one. Dude, why does Phil Bell always get one? He's never here anymore.
But thank you very much, dude. You rock. Okay.
Phil Bell.
Let's get on. Hey, Sov, what's up, man?
You can see me?
Yeah.
This camouflage ain't no good, man.
You're in the ISS, man. We can see everything.
I need one that's got wires and everything, right? Yeah.
Of course.
Well, you were talking about with that foreshortening, that's another thing too. And these guys always want to bring up that why doesn't the sun change angular size? And it's like, okay, so I got a real good demonstration of that right here. Okay, so you can see my hand. It gets bigger as it comes toward you. You can see a definite change in the angular size, correct? Okay, hang on. My thing's going to focus again. It was stupid camera. Hang on. All right, so anyway, you'll still be able to see
you
it.
still got better resolution than the ISS.
Now, if I move back here and I move my hand toward you, you don't see much change in the angular size of it, do you?
Still relatively the same, yeah.
Relatively the same. Well, this is what happens when something's already far away from you. It's not going to change angular size that much before it goes out of your sight.
Yeah, it's called parallax. Just like when you're driving in your car and you see a mountain in the distance. How far do you have to go to actually see the angular size change for that mountain compared to light poles and trees and stuff that's closer to you?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. When it comes to optics, it's just like globers literally become stupid. They become dumb or retarded or something.
Well, it's like I said, suppose you're going down a straight piece of highway. You're doing 100 miles an hour. Next to you on the road are the street poles. And they're going by lickety split, right? And then maybe about 100 yards away, beyond that, here's a bunch of trees. And they're going by slower. And then beyond that, there's a mountain. And that thing looks like it's barely moving, but it is just a little bit. Are you still going past those objects at 100 miles an hour? Yes. Yes, you are. So it doesn't matter the size of an object. Speed is speed, and it's still going to be subject to the same physical laws. You know, they say, well, it's because the earth is so big is why you don't feel 1,000 miles an hour rotate. And it's like, wait a minute. If a cruise ship and a Chris Craft speedboat both leave New York and they're headed toward London and they're both doing 50 knots, who gets there first?
Exactly.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Yep. No, it's insane. They ignore everything. It's very simple. But yeah, also one thing you didn't really mention now, Sol, is also when you look at the sun, we're looking through atmos.
Yes.
Why is it the globies can be hypocritical and say, oh, refraction can cause things to be at a different place and it magnifies it. But as soon as we say that, no, you're not allowed to evoke that.
Right. And it's like I was saying last night, when you're looking laterally, you're looking through the thickest medium of gas that we have. This is where all the dust is at. This is where it's being produced. This is where all the moisture is at. And especially when you're looking out over water. Do you think there might be a bit of moisture above the water's surface? I'm just throwing that out there.
Yep. Exactly. Just to say thank you, Spuddy, for your £5 super chat, man. Really, really appreciate it. He says, geometric non-refraction or refracted non-geometric flat earth required for both. Black Swan 2020. Whoop, whoop. Refund for 4B. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't choose who gets the members. But yeah, really appreciate it, Spuddy. You rock. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody's support. You guys rock. Okay. By the way, shout out again to everybody that's here. Please hit the likes, share the show. And to let you know, we're only going to be doing the show now for another 40 minutes about, and then I'm going on to Synthetic Warrior show. So that's why I'm doing a light show tonight. So once the show's up, hopefully you're all going to follow me over to Synthetic Warrior channel, because I'm invited to be on there tonight. So it'd be great to see you guys there.
Sophie still looks like a mirage.
Well, it's the camouflage clothing he's got. It's taking everything out of focus.
Health.
Yeah.
Screwing up my shit.
He's doing some predator shit, yeah. You know, aliens versus predators kind of thing.
See if I can
link.
get it
I'll
to
grab
work.
the link. I'll grab the link.
Yeah, I'm still fuzzing out for some reason. Maybe if I freak it out again.
Of light or information coming from, say, the wind turbines in relation to that vanishing point being the shortest at the bottom.
It's Synthetic Warrior. Yeah, they're going to get the link for you now. If you need the link, I did post it in my community tab.
The smallest angle at the bottom. So we would have to see them disappear bottom up. And of course, here's a video of a boat. When you zoom out of it, you can see as you start zooming out, the bottom of the boat disappears first.
Exactly. Roger Ledwell, thank you very much. Leave the slow ones behind. I agree. Yeah, if you're just too slow, get to the back of the classroom, you know. Thank you very much, Roger. Thank you very much for your $2 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Think about it. What happens if you're in a class and they figure out this child is slow to adapting? They usually bring them to the front of the class. They can't pay attention and all that. Okay? But there's a point where you get like, okay, there's only so much we can do. Like you can lead a camel to water, but you can't make it drink. Then you're like, okay, this is how it is. I've explained it to you many times. I can give you extracurricular classes. I can sit in front of you, tell you. But if you're not actually physically going to just adapt it and understand what's going on, we can't help you further. And that's exactly how it is with the globe. We can show them as much as possible, show them demonstrations, explain it, give them everything they need. They still don't get it. What should we just say other than, you're damn retarded?
As you start zooming out of the boat. So the fact you guys still deny this is wild to me. You want me to show you?
It doesn't happen. Yeah.
Okay, then let me just show you.
And everything you just said was an immense excuse as to why these things are being blocked.
Excuse. It's literally physical things that can be literally demonstrated and explained. He's literally taking optics that is, how can I put it, being validated and saying it's an excuse. So he's throwing away angular resolution. He's throwing away foreshortening. He's throwing away perspective. He's throwing away lensing. Things that are literally demonstratable and able to be proven. He says that's just excuses. Why? Because he's got a belief that that is physical curve.
Because there's no reason why the angular resolution at the bottom of the thing should be less than the top.
What? It's because there are, do you think that, like, if say there's a boat, do you think it's just one point of light, or do you think it's like millions of different little points of light?
It's the whole thing.
No, it's not. It's millions of different little points of light. So that's what I'm saying. You guys don't even understand.
The whole boat is giving off light, and as it goes away, it's compressing into the distance.
But there's millions of little points of light. So there's a different angle to the bottom of the boat than the top of the boat.
Exactly.
Right.
A different angle? Yeah, well, you're 6 feet off the ground, so there's going to be a slight angle change to the bottom of the boat versus the top of the boat.
Okay, and that's
very minuscule.
Doesn't matter. It's that it's going to be smaller at the bottom in relation to the horizon. Right now, the horizon is where the ground appears to meet the sky. So the angle, the viewing angle, is going to be smaller in relation to that horizon at the bottom of the boat. It's going to fall below resolution first, meaning it's going to fade into the vanishing point first. It's just a fact. It's on a globe Earth. This also has to be true.
Yep,
it's not a fact.
It is a fact.
Okay, on a globe Earth, it also has to be true.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely, but we beat this into the ground. So, like, do you have any? Now, this is my opinion. This is how I actually look at this. Okay.
Let me just see if I can quickly bring it up on screen again.
Look how choppy that water is in his video too.
Very. That's what I'm saying.
You got white. If you got white caps, you've got rough seas, man. That's all there is to it.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Just want to quickly see if I can. This is something I drew up ages ago. Let me see. Okay, I'll just bring it up quickly. There we go. Stop sharing. Present. Share screen. There we go. Guys can see this on screen.
Yeah.
This is what Witsit is talking about, guys. The guy's standing out and is looking out. Okay? You got your field of view that you can see. Notice that equidistant all the way around 360. You got your own visual bubble. You see that green line representing the bottom of the boat?
Yeah.
Is that angle towards eye level smaller than the top of the boat to eye level?
Yeah.
So what happens when things get further and further away? Is that angle going to get smaller and smaller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which angle is going to get smaller first? The bottom of the boat. And while that's happening, you got another angle. His eyes is showing towards the ocean. The ocean is going to grow in angle because it's going to stay the exact same angular size. As the boat moves away, the water stays the same. Therefore, bottom-up obstruction.
Did you see the other night where it was on this actual debate where Witsit showed that they actually hijacked human perspective and it matches perfectly the formula for their curvature, man. Absolutely perfect.
Crazy. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what he's trying to explain to him now, and they just don't seem to get it.
Yeah, because after you're looking out over into the horizon at your limit of vision, pretty soon you're not seeing the span of the flat that you're on. It's all into a line right here. That's it. Whereas, like you're saying, the sky, you're seeing a lot more of that. So it's logical, absolutely logical, if you just even think about it, that the bottom is going to disappear first. Duh.
Yeah. You see, the issue I have now with like this that he's got on screen as well. Now you get somebody like McToon or something that says, now he puts in orthographic and says, oh, you see, this wave would never be large enough to be able to obstruct it. Literally not understanding orthographic view is not perspective.
Right.
Not understanding there's more at play when you're looking 3-dimensionally than you do 2-dimensionally.
People always say like no evidence for flat Earth, right? And like you said that, and people always say, and why do you talk about relativity? Because people are scared to have that conversation whenever. But don't you agree that like
what? McGlobe would make a great detective. Thank you, Roger Little, for another $2 super chat. He says McGlobe would make a great detective. What? I think he's being sarcastic. Yeah, McGlobeFace. Definitely. Wow. So I see you stuck a video in the chat. You want to look at it?
Oh, I put that in there for you. It's basically covering that same thing. It's a video by Stinky Cash. I put it down here in the.
Oh yeah, Stinky Cash, really awesome.
And it's a real good one on that perspective as well, explaining everything. You explained it just perfectly though. So I put it for your own use and anybody else out there that wants to look at it too.
Definitely, and definitely shout out to Stinky Cash. He has an awesome channel. Yeah, let's go around.
On a base level, we experience the Earth, right, as if it's stationary and as if it's a plane, and as if the horizon's horizontal, right? And the globe Earth model says that, well, it's moving, but like its relative motion is so small that you wouldn't be able to tell, right? And that the Earth is so big that you wouldn't be able to tell it's curving. Yep. So that means on its face, using Occam's razor, that which requires least amount of assumptions. The Earth's a stationary plane until proven otherwise. So the globe Earth has the burden of proof. And I've never, like, there is no proof. We falsified the globe. So, like, for example, can
As
you
you go up
prove
in
that?
altitude, you can see curvature
No.
What?
Wait, can you prove that the Earth is moving?
rotating. Yeah.
How so?
First off, trust your first point. You said you can't see the horizon's horizontal. It is
Oh,
not.
whoa.
As you go
Based
up-
on his body language and how he's talking now, he's literally buying time. When you start having this, but you know, kind of very nervous, kind of, let me try and repeat kind of thing. That is what's called lying and trying to buy time to make an excuse for something.
Yeah.
Witsit literally asked him, okay, really? You made a claim now about curve or rotation of the Earth.
Up, you can clearly see more and more curve as you go up.
No, you don't.
That's what you guys claim, but we only, when we send up
How's
lenses
it
that are
claim?
actually more level, we see that it's flat, 120,000 feet up.
A balloon with a concave horizon because you're using fish eyes.
It goes, yeah, it bends every which way. And it's not just fisheye, rectilinear lenses. I've actually offered each Glober that says this money. See if anyone's going to take the
Rectilinear
bet.
lens as
So
well?
$1,000 bet that with a rectilinear lens, it still imposes curvature on the image. Anyone want to take the $1,000 bet? Rectilinear lens still distorts and imposes curvature on the image.
Exactly.
Very, very small.
I mean, this is the same reason McToon called me a wife beater, because I showed him the rectilinear lens giving distortion to the horizon. Really sad.
All lenses have a degree of curvature to them. They all do. That's how they work. Okay. Even my glasses have curvature to them that's going to match what my eye curvature is actually supposed to be, but over the years it's degenerated, so I use another curved lens to correct it, you know.
But you know what's funny, these guys think that when like you have a rectilinear lens, therefore no then they think, oh no, there can't be any visual kind of limitations. No, even rectilinear lenses aren't perfectly flat, and you do know you usually have lenses in a kind of parallel kind of thing, which refracts the light, because if they don't have it in a certain angle, refraction is angle of incidence, Globies. If they don't have it in a certain angle, it cannot refract the light to concentrate it.
Right. That whole thing about distortion of lenses, they wanted to be able to get a wide screen, right? So they came up with this thing at the movies, filmed in Panavision, but you'll notice that it's like this, right? It's not a square image. You're getting this elongated image. They have to eliminate the top and the bottom because of the severe distortion at the top and the bottom, keeping only the center part in there to minimize the distortion, but still get a wide angle for the audience.
Exactly. But it's crazy. I don't know how these people don't understand. Even rectilinear lenses distorts. I mean, this is the same reason why I said McToon called me a wife beater, because he said it doesn't distort, and I literally stopped it on a screenshot showing him.
But, my son was arguing with somebody on Facebook, I think it was, and the guy, of course, they're the lowest level tier of globe trolls you could run across. The guy brings up the curvature of the Earth in the Red Bull jump, Felix Baumgartner, right?
Yeah.
So he took the whole thing and he says, "Look here," and he stopped it and screenshotted it when it showed a concave Earth during his jump down. He said, "What happened there? What's going on? You said it wasn't a lens. How did the Earth turn into a cup?"
Exactly. No, it's crazy.
That's
so it does. It does. And then it's gonna increase based on angle of view. And certainly if you compress an image like this guy did with his little balloon. But I just want to point out that, like, you think we're spinning, tilted, wobbling, flying through space, and you don't have any proof of that. Like, can you explain why you believe it?
You're changing the subject.
Because we've talked about this for the whole time.
We have not talked about the
literally talking about the whole time. Earth curve. Isn't that what you guys are talking about? And I'm sure Globey did make the claim that Earth rotates, didn't he?
Curvature of Earth as seen from high altitudes at all.
Oh, okay, yeah, whatever.
All right. So, have you seen Kip Dugardas's 300-foot rocket launch?
I wouldn't. No, I don't know.
Used a rectilinear lens, showed the lens, everything.
And this is where Globey McGlobeFace literally debunks himself as Globeys usually do. Yeah, show him the footage. Go ahead.
Uncut footage all the way up to 300,000 feet.
Was there curvature like 10,000 feet up?
He won't show it.
We went, yeah, there's not.
No, he'll show it.
Step into Wix Studio, the
Wix.
web platform.
I don't care about Wix, man.
Oh, you gotta watch the video.
I know I haven't seen it, my brother, right? But rectilinear lenses do impose curvature. But
Exactly.
there's a few things that.
But it's curved perfectly. The same rate of curvature when it's low in the screen, middle screen, top of the screen. Doesn't matter where it's showing the horizon. It's
Really?
the same rate of curvature.
Are you sure
I've
about
matched it to, yeah, I've matched it to Walter Bisland's Earth
Okay,
curve.
one thing I also gotta give,
expectations at
guys.
those
Yeah.
altitudes.
Why can't they understand Walter Bisland's Earth curve calculator is literally a reification fallacy in its own? You don't have to go to Walter Bisland to say, because a Globey made a model that suits your belief system makes it a reality, doesn't make it true. Literally, Walter Bisland won't even address things that people have brought up from Walter Bisland stuff that he brought up. He refuses to. Why do you think he made a strawman flat Earth model on his flat Earth on his calculator? Because he refuses to take into account the people that's saying what's wrong. Roger Little again for another $2 super chat. I really appreciate this. August Picard had the first look. Exactly. And what did it say? Upturned edges. Last time I checked, upturned edges is the opposite direction of downward curved ball. Thank you very, very much for the super chat, Roger. Really appreciate it, man. You rock. Oh, man.
Well, you have the first video that's super legit. I guess if you want to send it to me, then I'll check it out. But
We can watch it right now.
Okay, I don't know because I don't want to just watch some long video. You think I'm scared of your video of a rocket?
I
bro?
just want to hear you say no to the video.
I already
That's
said
all I wanna
rectilinear
do.
lenses impose curvature based on their angle. If that camera's tilted down at all, it's going to impose a curvature rate
I see
proportional
Ryan still trying to talk over Witsit again while he's talking.
to increase in altitude because it changes your
Yes,
angle.
he's
of view.
getting
But what
These
if
are
the
basic
curvature rate is,
things.
but what if the curvature rate is the same throughout the whole video? Then what?
What? How does that change anything?
Because it's not the camera making a flat horizon curve.
So then the camera's not imposing any
Do
curvature.
you know what happens to the center of the frame of a
It still can. First of all, how did you know that on the camera on the rocket was perfectly level since we couldn't use the drone?
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be level. It's curved.
How's that for hypocritical as well?
Wow.
Beginning of the stream, Globey says to Witsit, you can't use that drone footage because you can't prove it's perfectly level. But now Witsit's saying, but how do you know it's perfectly level for that rocket? Oh no, it doesn't have to be level. Wow, okay. That's called hypocrisy, mate. Double standards.
You Code Puncher's just watched your video, Solver. He's saying he's just going through
Code Puncher. Code Puncher, he watched the show last. I don't know. Code Puncher also watched the show. Solve. He says, I all just got through watching Solve's 5 hour with opponents going crazy. Timothy and Brenda are going apeshit. I still don't understand that Timothy guy. You guys, you really have to watch it. It was. I mean, I'm doing my exercise and I'm listening to this. I had to pop on. I was like, no. The stuff the guy says. And then he laughs like FTF. Is that, that nervous giggle? Like he knows he's wrong, but he can't concede. It was. No, it was bad. But yeah, it was a great show. Guys, go watch Souls.
Brenda was in the chat there and said that I was morally bankrupt. And I said, how ironic to be called morally bankrupt from someone who tucks their junk, wears a dress, and catfishes dudes. What?
Wow.
Come on, man. I don't care if you want to go pretend, but I don't have to play pretend with you, man.
Exactly. We can't help that he's got an identity crisis. As simple as that. I think people today get how can I say offended too easily.
Yeah.
Literally. I mean, think about it. A few years back, were people this prone to getting offended?
No.
No. Today is literally they get offended over the simplest idiotic stuff. People have become children, little spoiled brats.
Biscuit asked about everything.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. There's no way Eddie Murphy's if Eddie Murphy came out with the act that he had in the 80s today, he'd be canceled. He would be canceled, man. I mean, and that's the kind of crap. Right, that's what I grew up with. Was that kind of thing. If you can't take it, you're a wuss, man. Learn, let it roll off your back like ducks, like water off a duck, and it's not hard to do, especially like I was just talking to Jaron, and he's like, yeah, he says they seem to have their sights, I said, they got their sights set on me. He says, yeah, he says, that was crazy going on there. He says, be careful, don't let them on too often, you might start drinking. I said, no, there ain't no worry of that. I don't let nothing like that bother me, especially when I consider the source. I'm like, you're a mentally deranged person, and why would I care what you think? You're unable to think logically. You're unable to take 2 or 3 points and weave them together into a cohesive idea. Why would I give a shit what you think? And I don't. I just laugh at them,
I just want to say, Moomin Rider, I've actually been thinking of doing podcasts with this stuff. I actually have been having a lot of people asking for this, so hit me up on how I can maybe turn stream this on podcasts as well, because a lot of people have been saying they want these chats on podcasts. And I think it'll be cool because a lot of people, even to me, when I'm at work, I actually download like the streams and stuff, and I just listen to it, and it's really awesome stuff. Roger Ledwell again for another $2 super chat. He says, McFace is putting me to McSleep. he like we did say the last stream, he does have the characteristics of a rock, so he doesn't really give charisma to the stream, but yeah, really do appreciate the super chat, man. Let's carry on. Sorry,
I was just laughing at Mind Spirit as I just described you, Doc. Own it.
Yeah.
Every angle it shows, it's curved. Now, your example of the drone, that requires the drone to be level. Otherwise, you don't know whether the horizon's rising with your eye or not. That camera could easily be pointing down a little bit as it goes up. So if you're trying to...
At what altitude do we see the curvature in this video?
Yeah.
We can watch it together.
You don't know, though? So just to clarify, like, we're never going to get to we're not going to get to the motion. I mean, we can stick to you claiming that you see it. We can debunk that too.
Listen, motion doesn't prove the shape of the earth. I know you love to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because you think it invalidates something.
Motion doesn't prove the shape of the earth, but it does invalidate a claim based on the shape.
Yep.
Like claiming everything moves around, you're a spinning ball, so the sun is not the one moving. That kind of invalidates your whole heliocentric belief system. But does it debunk a sphere? To say no, because you've had a geocentric globe model too. But that doesn't make flat Earth in any way not flat or globe or whatever. It's just literally showing your claims false. And if it was to show heliocentrism, the Earth is not moving, it would literally break everything down in your model. He does know that, right?
Yeah, even a slight change in the R value is going to destroy all of your orbital mechanics, all your gravity, everything else, because after all, isn't it based on mass? And we know that the volume of a sphere decreases or increases exponentially with size. So that's going to be a big problem. That's what I said when NASA said the moon is shrinking. I said, well, there it goes. Everything's going to go cattywampus.
Well, look at it this way. As soon as it debunks the Earth moving, it debunks gravity.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't have your orbital motions without having Earth moving, because you require Earth to be moving heliocentric. In other words, you got the other center. You are off its axis. You are moving. If you're not moving, you can't claim gravity for orbits anymore. You can't claim gravity for anything. Therefore, gravity debunked. So therefore, globe debunked.
Mm-hmm. Well, the entire concept is
you can
is
measure the curve of Earth, and you can go up.
Yeah, sorry.
I said the entire concept is scientifically impossible right from Jump Street. This is why they lay it on you when you're 5, because you don't have the critical thinking skills to ask the right questions. And so after years of already accepting that physical and impossibilities, then they move on to other things. And then that's where they want to talk, is about these other things. If you take it right down to the basics, they got nothing. They got nothing.
So that's the indoctrination. It's deep. It runs deep.
And see the curvature.
We've already debunked everything you've said so far.
You have. That's interesting.
Yes, but like you say, I love to talk about that, but no, you believe it. You believe that you're tilted, wobbling, spinning, revolving around the sun. That's a belief that you have, but you don't even.
So why don't you want to go see? Why don't you want to go see the Earth curvature right now? Why don't you want to go see it?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't I want to go see it?
We can go watch it right now. You want to go see it?
I said I didn't care if you pulled the video up a long time ago.
It's only been an hour. We got tons.
Just to admit that you are clearly scared of the motion argument, though. Just admit that you can't really, you don't know much about it, and you just believe it.
No, I'm not scared of anything.
If you'd like. Sorry.
I'm not scared
Why
of
are you
anything.
talking him again, Ryan?
I ain't
Ryan's
scared
over
of-
talking again, Witsit. Sorry?
I ain't scared of anything.
Literally by deflecting.
Scared of anything.
He's literally deflecting, but he's not scared. Okay.
The topic of the debate is flat versus globe.
Well, actually, is
not
the
relativity.
globe true? Is the globe true? That's what it is.
And it's not. It's
It
flat
is what it
versus
is.
globe.
If the surface of the Earth
One
isn't
of us-
curving anywhere.
One thing I also realized with modern day debates, why do they do this? They give in the emails, they give a very certain topic like globe is flat. And then when you're debating, they say flat Earth on trial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Witsit saying now, is the globe true? Look what it says in the bottom. Verse Globey, McGlobeFace podcast. That's all it says. It doesn't even say, is it flat versus globe or nothing. It just says Orson Witsit gets it versus Globey, McGlobeFace podcast.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They do like doing that for some reason.
It's because they want to shift the burden of proof, man.
Yeah, because I mean, remember when I debated against Mark Reed and them as well last time, and it's like they're saying, but this is what the you're supposed to prove the flat Earth because it's on trial. It's like, but that's not what the agreement of the topic was. The agreement wasn't flat Earth on trial. The agreement was globe versus flat.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's changed without my consent even to, oh no, flat Earth on trial. Like, why is flat Earth on trial? We're literally having a debate between two cosmologies, not one.
Yeah. I mean, a debate shouldn't be called flat Earth on trial. Anyway, if you're debating between two things, why is it flat Earth on trial? Yeah.
It's fine if you're debating flat Earth on trial, like you're trying to concentrate more on the flat Earth or more on the globe. But why is it always flat Earth on trial?
Mm-hmm.
And why is it changed without even letting your panel members know that it's changed when you literally made a topic up?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That to me is a bit dishonest.
Cool.
And measurements of it, and one of us can't.
No, but we debunked all your claims. You've been wrong about basic flat Earth 101 things. You don't even understand angular resolution limit or Rayleigh criteria or relative viewing angles. You thought that the boat was one singular viewing angle.
The Rayleigh criteria was the formula you were showing, and it was not. And I clearly asked you 3 times to.
Rayleigh criteria was the formula you shown, and it was not. That's not even a coherent statement. Literally, the Rayleigh criterion was shown, explained, shown the math, and demonstrated. What more can be said?
That was just a really wordy nuh-uh. That's all. It was just
Exactly.
a word.
Wow. It's crazy.
How many? Never mind. Go ahead.
You were claiming you understood and you couldn't do it.
I literally showed it 3 times.
No, you
And like,
didn't.
I guess this is what
Lying on screen, literally showed 3 times, says, no, you didn't. Yes, he did.
He says what he wants, and
He just says what he wants.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what the proof says. It's just no, you didn't. I just did 2 seconds ago, but you didn't. I seen it, but you didn't.
That's insane. What's up with these?
what Glober's
They're delusional.
evolved to is just like thinking if they recharacterize and revise what happened confidently enough, everyone in the audience will be like, yeah, that's totally what happened. I guess.
We all saw
It's
you.
recorded, my brother. It's
Sorry?
Pure gaslighting. That's what it is. Pure gaslighting.
Exactly.
recorded.
Yeah, it is recorded.
Okay. And we're gonna talk about how you can't actually verify motion after this.
Sure.
That's what's up.
So I know you love it, and it has nothing.
Yeah,
to do
because
with
I know that
the
you
shape
don't
of the
know
Earth,
about it.
But
No, I've already debunked the globe. I said specular reflections are impossible with convexity or concavity because it would cause a diffused reflection. You duck that. Long distance, like line of sight, radio waves.
Oh, he's doing his word salad thing again. That's called McGlobeFace showing he doesn't understand the words coming out of Witsit's mouth. Not word salad. Literally him not understanding the words.
That's not how my friends at the bowling alley talk.
You're using 2 big words.
It's literally right out of Idiocracy. Right, literally. You've seen Idiocracy. What are you trying to read that for? You fag? You know, it's like, are you acting smart? Oh, words, you know, and it's like, good God, bro, you know?
Wow.
Microwaves, you just start making up stories. We said that plane survey measurements are required to build anything in reality. There's all kinds of physical empirical measurements. You showed a laser bending up, and your model claims that it has to be bending down. You thought it was some type of refutation.
Yes,
they
it
accounted
does.
for that with refractive index.
Depends
Everything
on
you've
the
said so
atmospheric
far has been
conditions.
wrong, my guy. TikTok's a little bit of a different world, you know. You
Is
can
it?
pick out some random people that don't know what they're
I'm
talking
still
about.
waiting for a measurement of flat Earth that you didn't provide.
All planar surveying. He literally said it. All engineers, construction operators, everybody that does anything uses planar surveying, Globey. This is the same idiocy we get from Sean Hawkins. Show me a map and model, please, for flat Earth. Okay, all maps, all models. No, you're not showing me maps and models. Okay, let me try it again. All maps, all models.
It's like, hey, Sean, tell me about the Royal College of Longitude. Let's talk about this.
It's insane. Thank you, Roger Ledwell, again for a $2 super chat. Says sea level, it's not just a play on words.
No.
Right.
Exactly. Well, according to Globey, it's a word salad if you say sea level. So thank you very much for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. Good to see you. It's good to see everybody here. I see 61 people in. Please hit the likes, share the show. You guys rock. Yeah.
He wants you to call it Wawa flat. Not sea level, Wawa flat.
Wawa.
Except
Or
all
an
plane
explanation
survey,
of the formula that you didn't derive.
all plane survey measurements ever.
And you claiming plane surveying somehow disproves a globe.
No, you asked for
That's my favorite.
you asked for measurements of a flat Earth.
Yeah, show me a measurement of flat Earth. You still haven't done it. You
Coming
just
up,
claim
machine.
surveying.
All
Plane surveying is measurements.
Oh my
plane survey
goodness.
measurements
Just
ever.
ask
I wanted to
That's
get
not
into
a
your-
measurement. Nobody here
Globe-
believes
hey,
that that's a measurement.
McGlobeFace, we
Wow. Okay, guys. Do plane surveyors take measurements?
Yes,
So that's a measurement.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So literally, Globey McGlobeFace, you're an idiot. Mesos 56 miles above Earth. Ooh. Let's check this out.
will you play this hurry up? Because I want to get through your list of misinformation.
Sure.
And your presentation.
I don't think you do, but
I absolutely do.
That's why I was
here's
asking
the
you to
camera
play
he
it.
used.
Yeah, we'll make ourselves small for now.
Is there a rule with Globers that they have to act like a spiteful woman? I mean, I'm not trying to diss on women, but when you're in an argument with your woman, that's how they are. Well, that's just fine. No, you don't. You'll see. That kind of little attitude, and every one of them acts like that.
Bitchy.
Oh yeah.
Bitchy. Simple.
Yeah. Well, I told that guy last night. I said I used to have a girlfriend that acted like you, man.
Well.
See what he's got on screen here, guys. See that rectilinear lens there?
Yeah.
Does he think there's only one sheet of lens lying there?
You're talking about the object there in the middle of that round thing that has a specular highlight due to its curvature. I see a little point of light, from the ceiling, a specular highlight on the curvature of the lens.
Just wanna, yeah. Check, you can see it.
Yep.
But rectilinear lenses don't. No, not at all. I just want to see if I can pick up that information about that lens quickly. It's a GoPro. I wonder what GoPro he was using. GoPro. GoPro rectilinear lens. Let's see if I can. I just want to get some more information. There, the M12 backbone. There we go. Stop sharing. Present, share screen. Accept. Okay. This looks like the lens on that GoPro, correct?
Yeah.
The 3 let's see, 435 16 megapixel. There we go. That's this one. Low distortion. Notice, what does it say? Low distortion or no distortion, guys?
Low.
You know what it doesn't distort though? Amazing wide angle lens with no fisheye distortion.
Which means
you do know
round.
fisheye is a very particular distortion. Does it mean there's no other distortions?
Nope.
Really, really odd stuff. So I just think I had to point that out quickly. And if you look at the image, does it seem that there's maybe just other things going on inside that lens? Yeah, it's literally ignorance. That's all it is. These guys literally have ignorance. They don't understand practically anything they talk about. I don't know how others to make it. Or is it just dishonesty? Okay. Let's see what Mr. Globeface has to show.
I know you say it doesn't matter if it's rectilinear because it just makes everything flat, the globe, but
what? No, it's just a fact. It imposes curvature. Globers lie about it.
Not through center.
Ooh, he just went over. I just want to see if I can get back.
Right.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing you're looking.
Wait, I want to get back to where it was where you're showing, because I just saw distortion.
Sure.
In your presentation.
I don't think you do, but
I absolutely do.
I want to pause it where it shows the limit. So
yeah, we'll make ourselves
and it's on the
small.
Very low. Okay, it's going to prove well.
I know you say it doesn't matter if it's rectilinear because it just makes everything flat.
I think it's going to show now.
What?
Okay, right?
No, it's just
there. That was it.
You just saw it.
Yeah, I did. Where the Earth was doing that, it was coming up like a cup. Yeah.
It imposes
I think there's another one. There we go.
There you go.
Look there. Is that straight or is that concave if you have to turn around? Let's do it this way. I'm going to take a screenshot. Let's put it into Paint. I wonder if I can quickly flip it around. Sorry, I'm gonna just get it to, there we go. Let's get it on screen for everybody so everybody can see the same thing I'm seeing. Present, share screen, window, paint. This is just turned around. Does that look curved to you guys? This is a rectilinear lens, guys. At ground level. Just above ground level. Through the center of screen. Oh boy. Sorry, mate. You literally debunked yourself.
Glober's lie about it.
Not through center frame, it doesn't, does it?
Yeah, I'm offering money to bet on it.
See, he's got it. Tick.
Nothing through center frame. Doesn't matter what the lens is. Nothing through center frame distorts.
Oh, really?
What depends on the actual specific viewing angle.
Doesn't matter what the angle is, as long as
It does,
the
though.
object you're looking at is center frame.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing you're looking at is the thing you're measuring. If it's center frame, there's no distortion.
So if I compress it,
No. Globey, no fish eye distortion. There's still lens distortion.
Of course.
Does he know there's still such things as barrel distortion? Or how about refraction? You know, angle of incidence? It causes distortion. Ever thought of that?
it'll be straight, right?
You can press what? The picture? Why would it
Picture
be
of like a table in the middle of frame.
Mm-hmm.
I compress it, it'll be completely.
Yeah, exactly. What's it? You can take a rectilinear lens and take a photo of a table and compress it and it'll curve. Been done many times.
Is that?
Yeah.
No, it won't. And so do you want to bet on it?
with a rectilinear lens?
No, it won't.
Okay, pay attention.
No, that goes against your guys' script, and so you have to just deny
Look
it.
at
But,
distortion.
that's why flat earthers exist, because they find out that what I just said is just a fact, and
He's
for some
showing
reason you guys have to
distortion.
deny it.
It's not a fact.
Nuh-uh.
Literally, if you have a straight line, if you have a curved line through center frame of a fisheye, it's going to look just as curved as it is in reality. That's
literally showing it on screen how it's not curved.
The Earth's a peanut.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look very curved right there. Wait a minute. So as it's going up and down, you can claim that the relative locations look like a curve. I just saw where it looked flat, where it slowed down.
Exactly.
That's cool. You want to wait till it stops spinning?
That's
That's
Earth breathing.
Because I don't think we want to look at while it's spinning, right?
But how is it? I mean, how does it ever look like it's flat, though? I thought you said it never looks like it's flat. I just watched it look flat. I just watched it look flat.
Okay, well, I'll fast forward to when it stops spinning, okay? So we can stop looking at the spinning distortion being created. This is
Is it like sort of going triangular? Really weird.
I don't know, 200,000 feet.
Huh, that looks kind of flat to me.
50.
It's always when it starts going down that it looks like it's. Wait, do you think that's how much the Earth curves at 250,000 feet?
That's what he thinks, yeah. He doesn't understand it's still a wide angle lens. If you've ever used a wide angle lens, you'll know that it distorts everything because it's trying to see much as field of view as possible. Just because it's not a fisheye doesn't mean it's not wide angle.
Craziness.
Panavision.
Run it back. Run it back. Don't get scared now. You brought it up.
Oh, no, he runs away.
What
Oh,
happened?
you ran away.
Yeah.
What happened?
Right, it looks like I'm still here.
I don't think you actually did. Just run it back. We just saw like.
Look at that, concave. Is the Earth concave now? With a rectilinear lens?
The smallest
uh,
globe in the history of mankind.
Said the Zoom crashed unexpectedly. I don't know, maybe because I'm sharing.
I was trolling you, man.
That's all right.
Of course, the second that I take.
Look at this. So look at the rate the Earth has to be curving if that's the ball.
Can you see how it's going? Why is it not? Why is it curving two different directions on the same screen? Oh, I don't know. Because this is exactly what I tried to explain to McToon. Rectilinear lenses also have distortion. Plain and simple. Wow. Not hard to understand.
It's mental.
Definitely
it
mental.
curves over here, then gets straight, and then starts curving again.
Yeah, look how it's looking. It's
Earth
going
is a
sort of concave.
It's a dodecahedron that settles it.
Yeah, it's like going concave, then it's going convex, and it's going concave flat, and then concave, and then convex again. Really odd stuff. But it's got no distortion, guys. So that means that's physically the shape, according to Globey McGlobeFace. He says there's no distortion in a rectilinear lens. So that's physically the shape, guys. Yeah, it's a tetrahedron, as you say.
Yes, you pretty girl.
I show.
All Earth at 250,000 feet.
Mhm.
You think that was like the accurate depiction of curvature of a globe?
Yes.
Okay. So can you show me the math? Show me the math.
Sure.
Yeah, because according to the math, you would not see nearly that much curvature. We have it all like mapped out in Blender and everything.
You wouldn't nearly see that much curvature?
Where it curves all the way around, you basically see the whole ball in that frame, bro. As you keep going down, you see
No,
the
you
whole
don't.
ball Earth.
It's barely curving.
Watch it.
Let me get
Don't
to the
go away.
apogee. Going
Don't
to the
run away.
apogee.
Don't run away.
Who's
All right,
running
see,
away?
now it's
Getting to the
curving. It's
highest
curving.
point.
Watch this. Now it's going to start.
Yo,
Look at
that's
all
a
that
small
curve.
Earth.
That's the smallest globe Earth
That is
ever,
small.
bro.
The smallest globe. You just said it was too much curve. Now it's too
That's
little
what I'm
curve?
saying. It's too.
Yeah, too much curve means too small ball, idiot. Oh, Earth is a golf ball. Yeah, exactly.
Much curve because the smaller the ball, the more it curves, right? All right. So we can move on. This is terrible. It's based on the relative viewing angle clearly, and that just proves that even the rectilinear
Sure
lens
about that?
drastically and grossly input. Look at that. It's always greater curvature when it's going down.
No, it's
Mhm,
not.
There we go.
Oh, what about there? Wait
Straighten
up. Bring
up.
it back. Bring it
Yeah.
back.
We're going to bring it back to where it's level here.
Oh, what about the other way when
So
it
here
was
we got a nice
showing
clean-
that it was concave?
It wasn't concave. That was the
Then
go
side.
back.
It was the
Oh,
side
wow.
walls of the camera of the
That's
housing.
dishonesty as well. So it ignores when it does show it concave or flat, but wants to stop it when it only shows apparent curve. And
was a
ignoring the
sidewall.
argument, that Witsit said, well, how small again is your globe?
Yeah. And he says it wasn't concave, it was the side walls of the camera. Ridiculous.
Whatever. Thank you, Roger Ledwell, for your $2 super chat, man. Really appreciate it. It says all lines curve away to a fish. All lines curve away to any eye. Thank you very, very much for your super chat, Roger. You rock, man. Oh man, I don't know how much more plain we can make this.
There's a point
So
where it
this is what.
reflects off
So
the
what
housing.
you've done is you've paused one screen.
I just paused it where it's low in the frame, and I'll do it at the middle and the top.
It's so funny. Okay.
Okay,
So
here's
I'm
the,
gonna
here's the bottom of the screen.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
Here's the
Rectilinear-
bottom. Here's the middle.
Look, the
here's
curvature
the
rate's
top.
changing. That's
Now.
crazy.
Look, it's even curving more now. Odd.
Come on.
You can literally see it curving less and more.
He's just been dishonest. Either that or he's truly blind.
Yeah, well, it's
And
Wow, the Earth is
fluctuating
getting
all over the
smaller
place.
and bigger during this video.
Or maybe you're seeing a little bit more of it in the screen. Now watch.
No, the curvature rate is changing. You specifically claimed that the rate didn't change.
It's
You've
not
been
changing.
debunked. You pulled your own video up and been debunked. Someone's going to clip this up and show that you were just wrong. So,
Yep.
okay.
They
So
you can do
Yeah,
it
we don't
every-
even need to clip it. We're just showing a live stream. Moses is debunking himself.
you want.
all right.
But
Well, we disagree. I
Make
disagree
sure
with you.
when you do that.
We've already pointed out that your claims were wrong about the video. Can we move on to something else?
No, I'm going to prove you wrong right here.
No, we can't.
Oh my
no.
gosh. See, you're scared to move on because I think you realize like,
No,
oh,
see, this
You
is the
see what I'm
problem.
saying? moving on to Walter Bislin's reification fallacy. Sorry, I'm just going to say Walter Bislin's calculator doesn't say if the Earth is a globe or flat. It literally just means you guys are reifying your belief system. You can literally say his calculator is your Bible. Guys, would agree with that?
Yeah. I agree, 100%. 100%.
You're a little out of your league, I think.
If it wasn't open, you'd be able to just move on from this.
You want to talk? No, I just pointed out what was wrong with it. Can you still man what I said?
Yeah, you said the rate changed. The rate of curvature changed.
Yeah, and you literally showed it on screen. So Witsit was correct.
Curvature changed. What else did I say?
You said nuh-uh.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Can I just say to Code Puncher? Yeah, it's that's a link to Z-Tech Warrior. It's a show that Flats is going on after this one.
Exactly. Yeah, guys, his show's going to start in about 8 minutes. So we're going to end in about, I think we got like 4 minutes, guys. Then I'm going to end the show so I can also just go to hop to the toilet and stuff before I go on his show. Okay. So I think we're going to end. Let's actually end now. Might be better.
Might as well.
But yeah, that was a good stream. You guys' closing thoughts?
He's just being. There's nothing else you can say. He's just being dishonest. He got debunked left, right, and centre. No concessions though. He won't concede anything, but he would have been better just to concede. It would have looked better on him, you know.
Exactly.
And I was saying Flats. No, sorry, Witsit was just doing brilliant, I think.
Yeah, Witsit did a good job.
Excellent.
Like I said, the only criticism I could have had for tonight was he should use the word foreshortening.
Foreshortening, yeah, I remember saying that.
I agree.
That's the only criticism I could give.
Yeah.
You can definitely see that Globey's a victim of ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. I was just talking to somebody about that, and it's real. This is a great analogy, man. If you really look at your higher self, your higher mind as God, the God mind, the little angel that whispers in your ear, and then the little devil on the other shoulder that whispers in the ear, that's the ego, okay? That's the material. Which one do you listen to? You have to balance it. You listen to both of them and you evaluate it, and then you make your decision from that. If you immerse yourself completely into the self and the world and the material, you do that at the expense of the spirit. You do that at the expense of the soul. Mm-hmm. That's why they use an inverted pentagram. You have the 5 elements: air, fire, water, and earth. And the top is spirit, the higher mind. That's what an A is. That's the higher mind. When you invert that, you are putting those elements above spirit. That's why they use the inverted pentagram.
Right.
Yep. Well, I just want to say thank you guys for coming. I think it was a great show.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody for the support. PJ, you and Ryan have any closing statements?
I did give my closing statement.
Oh yeah, you were first. Sorry. You have to excuse me. It is 1:15 in the morning.
Early.
Yeah. Well, what I did is before the stream, I had an hour and a half nap quickly. So, yeah, now I'm going on to Z8X Warriors stream, and then hopefully we don't stream for 4 hours, and then it's my son's birthday party for the day.
No.
So I'm gonna have quite an interesting day.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday to your son.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'm going to blow out of here. I just got to say, Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey, and see your doctor and get rid of him. He'll probably kill you. So.
Yeah, I'm going on this show now, Swifty. It's starting. I'm going to put the link again quickly for everybody. I'll see you guys over there in a few minutes. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I really got to go. Really appreciate everybody. Blessings, and may the pressure be with you. Cheerio.